And we are live. Hello, everyone.
Hey,
Hi, Rachel.
hi. Hello, everyone. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here, Troy.
Thank you for having me.
Hmm. So I asked you to come on and do a live. We wanted to talk about, I start my 6-month mentorship based on the tools of joy business called Becoming Business Brilliant. Woohoo! Sometimes I have to pinch myself because I wasn't trained in business school. I did go to business school for 2 years, but I was not trained in business school the way that I generate my business now. And so I invited Troy to come on so he can ask me a few questions. He's brilliant at asking questions in regard to the generation of business. So this is an invite for everyone who would love something different with business, whether you're getting started, you have a 5-figure income, 6-figure income like myself, or 7-figure income, or even 8-figure income.
Yes,
And
please.
so, yes, please, exactly what would it take? What would I have to be? So I invited you on to ask some questions to, I suppose, educate people on what is becoming business brilliant and what are the fundamentals of the machine of business brilliant, the joy business, and yeah, what we have used to accelerate the growth of our classes and our revenue.
Yeah, I get like that. That's a beautiful place to start. Like, what is becoming business brilliant, and what is your target with the becoming business brilliant?
Yeah. So, first of all, my target is that anyone can do business. That's first and foremost. That business isn't just for graduates of business school, that there is a different, I'm going to say, a different way, a different vibe of in the way that you can create business principles and practices. And becoming business brilliant, one of the main practices is that your contribution, so you adding your product, your service, whatever it is you're adding, you adding your contribution allows you to be contributed to financially, not only into yielding more money, but yielding into more happiness for your body, and that everything, everywhere that you contribute, it's a gift to all.
Beautiful. And actually, the other thing that I would love to ask, like, I know at the moment, like, you are facilitating classes, like in many different countries, and you travel the world, and you work with many wonderful people. And
Mm.
were you always like this?
I absolutely had to optimize my skills and learn new skills in dealing with global creation. The first thing that I would say is, as a little girl, I was always inclusive. I, we talk about an access, no exclusion. I always included everyone and I was willing for everyone to be happy, and I had this generosity of spirit. And so it was very natural for me to make people happy and to see what they would like to have. That was very natural. And then in the building of the muscle, for example, going to Saudi, going to the US, going to Japan, facilitating classes in Brazil, in Egypt, there was an education required for each of these, I'm going to say, growth spurts. And so I had to educate myself on the culture, on the practices, the way that your words and your behavior would impact your communication with someone. And so I'm always willing to grow and I'm always willing to learn. And that's one of the beautiful things about consciousness. It includes people and their culture and what is relevant.
Yeah. And so, like, what we're talking about here, like, if anybody is joining new, is the Becoming Business Brilliant program that Rachel's facilitating for 6 months. That's going to start on January 10th. And I was just wondering, like, if there's somebody out there just listening to this and don't have a business that is like, do you require anything to come into this program, or like, is there like a certain, I'm gonna say like certain level, like that you have to be on, or yeah.
Not at all. Whether you're just starting a new business, this is what I said, whether you're starting a new business, we will go through, I'm going to say the business etiquette of Joy Business. In other words, we're going to learn the principles of it, which is generation from question, choice, possibility, contribution. We're going to talk about contribution a lot. And so whether you're getting started and your business isn't a money machine yet, and your business isn't expanding and changing the world in the gifts to your customer, the gifts to your staff, Joy Business is such a beautiful way of doing business and being business. And so no matter where you are in your journey, you were on 1 year, we had a guy who was looking to create 100 million, okay? Not 100 billion, 100 million. And we'll have people who are on 1 million a year. So, and then we have people who come in brand new. The principle of it, though, is you're willing to be the valuable product. And there's another huge aspect to it as well, which cannot be excluded, is you're also adding consciousness as a viable source for creation, because most of us have been told, this is what I love from the Joy Business, there's a whole section on relaxation. It's incredible. I know you love it. And basically in the Joy Business, we talk about creating business from the space of relaxation, and relaxation not from checking out, but relaxation as having awareness and being present with everything and giving yourself the space to find out what's next to expand your business. And we have seen time and time again that when people get stressed and they're asking and developing their business from stress, it can't expand the way that's possible with the use of the consciousness tools. And so the relaxation tool is this awareness that you're not only in this on your own, that you're asking consciousness, you're creating a different future in regard to business with our planet. And so relaxation is the spherical awareness that allows you to receive all the possibilities that can fall into your lap. And it's so different to, we've been brainwashed to believe that if you work hard for money, then you can have it. But actually the Joy Business is about, if you choose money, if you choose your business, then that choice will allow you to actualize the possibilities, generate revenue, and then that's a super advantageous generation space. And if you're watching this and you're like, oh, these words that Rachel is using, these are all like consciousness. This is the language of consciousness, where Shan Nahara said it beautifully. The tree doesn't have the point of view that it has to work hard to be nourished by the sunlight, And so this is where we're so brainwashed to have the point of view, I have to work hard, I have to work hard. Whereas receiving, business as receiving, is one of the fundamental principles of Joy Business. And that's where you're willing to allow the ideas to come. You're willing to know when it's time to, add a different energy, what's required for something to grow, what's required for it to be optimized, what's required for productivity. And so this is where you're continuously asking questions and actualizing new ways to create more revenue streams. I mean, shouldn't every business be profitable?
Yeah, yeah. And one of the things, like, I know, like, I have attended the Becoming Business Brilliant program, I think like 3 or 4 times now. And like the environment that I grew up with, especially like when it comes to business, there was like so many lies about like what you should be doing, like what does that look like, and like I just remembered that I had the point of view like this is something that I won't be able to do. Like there is no way like I can generate like a business. I have to either find a job or I have to like go to university. Like that was one of the ways that I watched my mom and dad. Like my dad is a doctor, my mom is a professor in the university, and like that was like there was like certain ways, but there was no one that was really like saying like, hey Troy, like actually you can create a business from what you know and like what you know is possible, and actually here is the tools to start building it. And like that was not like a possibility, and like that's one of the things I really love about a joy of business. And like this is a joy of business mentorship program, which is going to include a lot of tools around business, and it actually allowed me to go beyond like all of that point of views and really surround myself like with people that are looking to create something different in the world, like people that actually know there is something different and possible. And like when I was looking at like that people, and like you were one of the person that really inspired me, because I was like, oh, like if she can be this, that means like actually I can choose it as well. And like this is available. Like this is not a fairy tale story that doesn't exist. It's actually this is like something in the world that people are choosing. So I was like, okay, like I'm actually just gonna give this a try and see what will show up. Like it can't my in my point of view, I was like, this can't get even like this can get worse than I am right now. Because I was in a place that actually like I would wake up and I would do like a lot of things that I would hate, because my point of view like that was the only way, and like I cannot break out of that. And I'm actually so grateful there was people out in the world that was exploring like a different possibility that allowed me to go, oh, like I will have that. And that was actually the beginning of it.
I mean, I've watched you, I've had people say, oh my goodness me, Troy has grown so much and developed and become stronger in his skills and his presence with people. This year we got to work with 5 people in a corporate management team, and to see them transform right in front of our eyes with the use of the tools of consciousness. Like a conscious leader doesn't look for what's wrong. A conscious leader looks for the next choice that's going to create leadership and greater for all. And so we would see most of the team of 5 that we were working with come in super stressful, and at the end of an hour session their nervous systems have been jacked up due to the stress of the environment. You got to work hard, you got to do this, you got to do that. And then at the end of the session they would be super relaxed, and they would report back to me in their private sessions that they would go for a walk outside, like adding a different energy, inviting a different energy, that when something was stressful in their environment, that they actually learned to go for a walk and take a broader perspective, instead of like focusing on the problem, actually focusing, not focusing at all, but looking at a different viable resource and choice. And so for me, I'm going to say, I am continuously amazed by the transformation that I have seen people, that I've witnessed people go through. Because business can't just be about like working hard and getting the money. Business for me has to be about, here's Troy, he comes to work today, he's a viable resource, he's valuable, and you're willing to be valuable. That's the way you are. You're willing to be valuable to the environment that you work with. And then looking at ways to generate revenue, to generate the business, to make it profitable. And then in this beautiful, I'm going to say, ecosystem for growth is what I call it, your body becomes happier. You not only profit financially, but you profit from happiness, expansion. And then the beautiful thing that makes it all sing is the business is a gift to the customer, the staff, and the client. It's just like such a different way. It's not like I bought this light for my apartment for €191, and the light was the worst product I've ever bought in my whole life. I contacted the company and they were like, "Oh, this is the light you ordered." I said, "No, it's not the light that I ordered." And for me, that's not a sustainable business. If you don't provide a beautiful service, I bought an antique today and the guy was like so excited about the antique. He wrapped it up for me. He knows that his antiques are sustainable for the future and they contribute to people's lives. And he contributes to me. We always have fun when we go to see him. And so it's such a different energy, when you bring the sustainability of our earth and consciousness as a way of doing business, these practices into business, not this like separation, what I have to get, instead of what can I contribute, and what can contribute to me.
Yeah, and I get like for me, like the most important part was like the tools actually work,
Yeah.
and I had a lot of like disbelief about, oh, like if I relax and really like choose things that's gonna nurture my body, like everything will fall apart, or if I start enjoying myself, like everything will go away. Like that was my general point of view, and my point of view was, oh, if I have to be perfect, I have to get everything right, and then only then I can actually start to receive money. And I'm
Mm.
so glad that I was wrong. And I personally like really had to lower all of my barriers and all of the beliefs, what everybody told me that's real and true.
Mm.
And like
Yeah.
and what I actually saw that everybody is choosing around me, because like you go to this world and you see like everybody's working hard, everybody is complaining about money, and then like really allowing like the tools to work, like for me that's like a different art form in its own, like applying the tools into your life, because it may not look similar or same from like with anybody else in the world.
Mm.
And I get like that's where having a 6-month mentorship program, it's such a beautiful contribution, because I know like I constantly requires a lot of support, because it's so easy to go to all of that, like what do you call that, like I'm gonna
Upset,
say like
frantic.
the trap of this realities, like it can be like a conclusion, like saying, oh, like my business is not going to work, or going, oh, I'm going to fail. Like when you go into that conclusion, nothing that doesn't match that conclusion come to your universe. But when you come to a class, like this is for me, like when I attend the class, or when I get to ask a question, I just start to become like aware all of that point of views that actually was stopping me from having a successful business. And
Mm.
when I have that, like everything works. And I know like I required a lot of support to actually generate the way I am generating right now.
Mm. And a beautiful example of the tools and the contribution gift in itself to show me something different is I genuinely had a point of view that I could not create, a business that would revenue 6 figures. First of all, it was 5 figures, 10,000 per month, And so basically, the thing about the ask and receive, which is a massive part of becoming business brilliant, because that's about choice, is that you ask and the ideas come. Like for me, the ideas always come, the possibilities always come. One thing that you find your own way in what it takes from choosing, not a necessity. You don't need, you don't lack. You actually have choice, and you can choose. Anyone can choose to be successful in business, if they're willing to receive it. And so for me, I've been shown over and over again that if you keep moving, you keep asking, you keep listening to the whispers, to what is required to be actualized now, what can I generate that is going to create more revenue streams. And even recently I had a product called the Miracle of You cards, And the photographer, the initial photographer, didn't want to be part of the project anymore, just didn't work for her. The deal didn't work for her. And so within the space of, I left her for a while just by asking, is it time for this to be looked at again and rebirthed? And it wasn't. And then about 2 months ago, it was like, it's time, or even a month ago. And so basically, within the space of a month, we've changed all the photographs on the product. It's gone off for product approval because it's an access consciousness product. It's been approved, and we're ready to share that product and sell that product to people. And for me, I know we can sell 1 million of these. I just know these products can be in businesses, they can be in therapy rooms, they can be in anyone's therapy. And so there's the confidence as well that comes with when you contribute to people and their living becomes greater. That also builds your confidence. So it's just like, I know it's the future. I know it's the future way of doing business. I just know that.
Yeah. And if you're out there and you love to learn more about the Becoming Business Brilliant, Rachel's going to do a 30-minute call tomorrow. It's called What is Becoming Business Brilliant? And it's a Q&A where we will be giving more detailed information about the program. And if you have any specific questions that we can answer there as well, I will pop the link in the chat. And I'll pop the link for the Becoming Business Brilliant as well, like if you want to have a look at it. And yeah, is there anything that you would love to add before we finish up for today?
You cannot fail with these tools. That's the only thing that I would love to add, is that if you're willing to choose to have a successful business, the choice to have it is the invitation for it to be generated. And as I've so many times met myself in something we call the joy failure. I'm going to fail. Nobody's coming to my classes. They're too expensive, blah, blah. And no matter what, if you use this system of growth, it's just like the grass. The grass will always grow. The sun will always shine. There's just always more possibilities available in ways that I'm continuously stunned that I'm gifted with, Yeah. It's so cool.
Beautiful. So, how does it get any better? And thank you so much for everybody that's watching now and in the futures. I hope this was a contribution for you, and bye for now.
Bye for now. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Hey, Happy New Year. Yeah, exactly. Bye, everyone.